Coming. Are we not live? It says, oh, do I have to press start? Where the heck? Hang on. Okay, yeah, we're live. Welcome. Glad you could join me on this. So I see I'm on the YouTubes. See if we're on the Rumble. Do I have to press another button? I'm figuring this out. Failed to connect to stream. Okay, great. Okay, I'm just trying to make sure I'm up on Rumble here. Give me a second. Copy. Okay. Boom. Okay. Start. Try it one more time. Let's see. Slot 85. Oops, that's not it. Okay. Then RT. Copy. Paste. Okay. Why is this not saving? Glad you like Wordle. Apparently I'm not live. I'm trying on Rumble. Come on. Okay, encoder get from UPS, URL. Okay, I've put in the stream key. Okay. Man. All right. Trying one more thing. It's interesting. It would not let me save. Stream key. Okay. Start. Now maybe we're going. Refresh, refresh, click live, refresh. Okay, we're live. How about that? Okay. Thanks for your patience, everyone. Oh, my goodness. Still trying to learn some new stuff here. Multiple outputs on an OBS. Not like anybody cares, but I guess we got it going, so that's a good thing. Thanks for hanging out, everyone. I appreciate that. Got a couple things to get to tonight. So, and No, Natasha, I think it's on both streams now, so we're good to go. We're good to go. Yeah, what's up, Rev? Thanks for checking in. Cool. Yeah, let me just see what the chat. Yeah, we got a little chat action happening. So glad you all could join me. And let me grab this. Okay. Woo! Ready to go. Because I'm on top of everything. Ah. There we go. There we go. Okay. Oh, man. You know. Sorry for the really frantic start here. I'm still not, I still don't know what I'm doing. You'd think I'd have it figured out by now, but I don't. I don't. But we'll get to it. I wrote a couple of jokes. So why don't we just get to a couple jokes? I wish I had written some good jokes. But, yeah, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Let's see. There we go. So, here we are. Okay, let's do this. So this is breaking news. Breaking news. You know you've made it. You've made an impact when even death asks for your advice on diplomacy. Henry Kissinger, the man who made chess pieces jealous with his moves, has finally checked out. At 100, I guess even he couldn't out-negotiate the inevitable. R.I.P., you nice warmonger grandpa. I guess we'll miss you, right? Kansas is rethinking their license plate design after an uproar. Apparently it looks too much like Missouri's. Or Missouri. I don't know. Looks like when you accidentally wear the same outfit as your frenemy to a party. I mean, we've headed into a sibling rivalry, but state license plate rivalry? Come on, that's a whole new level of petty. Yes, in Kansas, they're saying, show me a better design. That's all right. Okay. Show me. Get it? Okay. So President Biden's not attending the climate summit. It's leaving Vice President Kamala Harris to take stage in Dubai. You know it's serious when they put Kamala in charge. I mean, she's already solved problems like our border, artificial intelligence, the refugee crisis, and now the climate? We're lucky to have such a capable leader solving our problems. Okay, do I get my check from NBC? No, okay. Yeah. Looks like President Biden's holiday plans are causing more drama than a Christmas movie marathon. Apparently, there's an ongoing stocking scandal involving the number of grandkids in the spotlight. Don't worry, they solved it. No stockings. Christmas is canceled for all the grandkids. Yeah, that'll teach them. Well, it looks like Rolling Stones fans have been left waiting longer than Mick Jagger's been strutting on stage. The AARP site crashed when tickets for their tour went on sale. That's right. American Association of Retired People is sponsoring the Rolling Stones tour. Anyway, it left seniors staring at their screens like, is this the rock and roll version of Waiting for the Early Bird Special? Kraft Heinz has just released a new not mac and cheese that's missing a key ingredient. Cheese. It's like making a margarita without tequila. What's the point? I mean, come on, folks. It's mac and cheese that's cheese-less. It's like having a comedy show. No jokes. Kind of like this monologue. But, Bad, bad. Jezebel. I guess, and finally. Is that all I've written? Yeah, and finally. Jezebel is making a comeback like a phoenix rising from the ashes. After being shut down, they've been scooped up by Paste magazine. It's like that moment when your favorite show gets canceled and then boom, it's back for a revival season. Except in this case, your favorite show is an office feminist blog that nobody cares about. Da-da-da-da-da-da. All right, those were the bad jokes of the day. That's the awful monologue jokes of the day. So I think that went okay. I'm working on trying to change some up. Oh, this is big news. Rumble paid me. So that's cool. So my month of working for Rumble paid off. I didn't get like an email or tweet or anything, but they paid me, so that's better than nothing, right? It's better than nothing. So that's kind of good news. Well, let's get to it. I guess we'll do the sweet money. Yeah. With all that money, I can, I don't know, buy eggnog, right? Oh, man, I can't believe how much groceries have gone up. It's just insane. I bought some groceries today. I can't believe. I mean, medium eggs. Medium. They're going to charge that much for medium eggs? I didn't even get the large or extra large. Medium. Medium, organic, free range. I can't believe the cost. Insane. Oh, well. Anyway, but let's do connections, shall we? Let's get to it. So here we are. It says the 28th, but that is a lie. Here it is, November 30th. It's November 30th on the East Coast. So let's play connections. Eventually I will log in. Let's see if I can get this a little bigger. No, is that too big? That's too big. That's what she said. Okay, here we go. Connections for November 30th, 2023. We got 16 words. We got 4 groups of 4. What is the connection between them? Dog, bass, toe, organ, hornball, harp, stay, arch, heel, come, soul, down, snake, sit, jerk. Okay, well, is anything jumping out at me? Well, I'm seeing sit and heel, right? Sit and heel. Those would be things you would tell a dog to do. And you might tell a dog to come. And you might tell a dog to stay. So, yeah, stay, heel, sit, and down. Is that what... Well, let's see. Heel, sit, stay. You would say down rather than come? Down? Huh. Not sure. I'll go with down. But I'm not sure about that one. One away. I think it's come. No, one away. So it's neither come nor down, or maybe it's down and something else. All right, let's deselect those. We've just wasted 2 mistakes on that. Yeah. Sole, heel, toe, and arch. Toe, heel, arch, and... Sole. Okay. That's one away as well. Oh my goodness. Oh, we got to get something right here. Okay, we got musical instruments. Horn, harp, organ, and bass. All right. Let's hope this is it. Good. We got one. We got one. Musical instruments. Bass, harp, horn, and organ. It's funny, I see arch and I think like arch enemy, right? And then what would that be? Snake enemy and sit enemy and jerk enemy? No, that's not. That is not a connection. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about this. I should really do this on a different computer or something so I can cheat. Snake, jerk, dog, and heel. I don't know what those are. Oh, a heel's a bad guy. A jerk is a bad guy. Is a dog a bad guy and a snake a bad guy? Perhaps. You might be right there. Heel, jerk, dog, snake. Okay. Heel, jerk, dog, and snake. Oh, baddie. Okay, good. Good. So I think ball would be one of the commands for the dog, right? Ball, stay, come, and sit. But then we also have down. So toe, sole, arch, and ball. Parts of the foot. Yeah, parts of the foot. Let's do it. Foot parts. There we go. Sit, stay, come, and down. Dog commands. Very good. Okay, we did get it. We did get it. So today was not the day that we blew it. And totally wrecked our our thing there. Oh man, that was whoo. We made it. We made it. Hey, did you watch the show today? I wanted just to touch on something that I mentioned. And, you know, I talked about this story. And when I talked about this story here, for obvious reasons, I didn't really read the story. And you realize why I'm not reading the story, right? You know, because some stories, if you were to talk about them, all of a sudden, you might be disappeared. You know, which is why I just brought it up. You know, but I didn't really address it. I mean, did everyone get that, or was I not being obvious enough about that today? Because I was trying to make that clear. But afterwards, I don't think I was as clear as I wanted to be. But I do think that it's a very important story. And if you don't know what I mean, you might read the story. I did leave a link to it in the comments of the video this afternoon. So that's something there. Just something to think about. Should be exciting news. We'll see what happens with it. That's for sure. So lots of people in the chat. I appreciate everyone's help on the connections. I think we did okay. We made it through. It's a good thing you got somebody to come through with one of them, and it makes it a lot easier. So that's cool. I appreciate that. Well, here's a story I wanted to talk about. And You'll understand why in a minute here. This is a Wyden Kennedy. So Wyden Kennedy is a very fancy PR firm, I guess, right? They're an advertising firm. I think they came up with Just Do It. I think they came up with the original Nike swoosh. So they do a lot of advertising. One of the world's biggest names when it comes to commercial advertising, and now Portland-based Wyden Kennedy launching a new campaign. It's not for a client, but rather something that's personal to them, a campaign they're calling Portland is What We Make It. It is a call to action. We want people to smile again about Portland. We want to change the narrative and start a tidal wave to inspire people. Well, I got some suggestions on how to do that. On Thursday, they hosted Portland is What We Make It launch party. Portland's top creatives stood shoulder to shoulder celebrating their concept of like, hey, ignore what you see in the streets. Go with our ads, right? The thought that Portland would die is absurd, said the co-founder of Feast. Portland is what we make it. To me means that it's an invitation to be creative, to create in the city, to get involved in the city, blah, 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 blah. Well, that's cool. City of Portland is full of possibility. It is. We can only get some... You know, it is. You kind of need a district attorney that will actually prosecute people that do bad things, because otherwise, you know, there's no incentive not to break the law, right? You need an incentive to. So I think that's the main problem. I think you could turn around Portland in a day if you just put a couple new people in charge. But, you know, they come up with some advertising for some, and I'm sure that they're spending millions of dollars on this. And in fact, they want people to use the hashtag Make Portland. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tweet my video right now. If I can. And I am going to tag it. Make Portland. All of a sudden it's slow. Slow, slow, slow. All right, so I've just posted a link to the show on X. If you happen to be on X, you can do me a favor and whatever you do, exit. But I'd appreciate any help you can do there on getting it out. But that brings me to this. Oh my goodness. You know, there were some alternatives that they had other than, what is that? I can't even remember. I mean, that's the sign of a good campaign, that you can remember it. It's Portland is what we make it. Okay, so they actually had some alternatives to Portland is what we make it. Some alternatives to Portland is what we make it. So these are the top 12 alternatives to Portland is what we make it. Number 12, discover Portland, where rainbows wear plaid. Portland, where bikes outnumber cars, probably. Number 10, experience Portland, land of rain, roses, and bad ideas. I mean, rain, roses, and good ideas. Number 9, Keep Portland weird. Seriously, we're trying. Number 8. Rainy days and Portland ways. Embrace the drizzle. Number 7. Portland, the land of dreams and donuts. Land of dreams and donuts. We're going through the top 12 alternative slogans for Portland. Yeah. Number 6, Portland, we promise we're trying to be less hipster. Number 5, where the dream of the 90s is still alive and kicking. Number 4, come for the coffee, stay for the quirk. Number 3, Portland, where beards are considered formal attire. You know what I meant. Portland, where beards are considered formal attire. Number 2, discover Portland, a place where even our plants are gluten-free. And the number 1 alternative slogan for Portland. Wow, it's late. I can't even read anymore. Number 1 alternative slogan for Portland. Portland, 50 Shades of Green. All right, yeah, there we go. 50 Shades of Green. Because it rains all the time, you see. An alternative joke would be 50 Shades of Grey, but I mean, we already have, I'm trying to make a play on 50 Shades of Grey, so there we go. Anyway, those are the alternative slogans for Portland. Do you see the little Christmas lights? Little flashing Christmas lights? Fun, huh? Christmas on the bamboo? Okay. In case you didn't see it. Just wanted to point that out to you. What is up, chat? Let's see what is shaken. Portland needs an enema. That would have been a good one, Tobias. That would have been a good one. 50 Shades of Brown on the sidewalk, but actually, we don't have a lot of that. We don't have the issue that San Francisco has. They've actually done a pretty good job of putting porta potties everywhere. So I haven't seen a whole lot of that. Make Portland out of cast iron again. Okay. Tom, the Truth Factory can be found on Rumble. She may have disappeared from YT over the SR guy. She talked about him a lot. Well, that's going to get you... It's going to get you canceled if you talk about that guy. You know, you can't do that. But let's just... Can't talk about that. Truth Factory, huh? See how easy it is to find. Let's just see. Oh, wow, look at it. See, here's Truth Factory. See, this is what I need. So this is, you know, I just need to be a bit more, bit less nuanced. That's what the people like. You know? But it looks like they haven't posted in a while. Maybe, are they just doing live stuff? No live. So it doesn't look like they've posted anything in a while. It's been 10 months on the Truth Factory. So, yikes. Now let's do Wordle real quick, since we're here. Natasha says she likes that we got started on Wordle. So I am going to start with my favorite Wordle word, which is point. I don't know why. I just like it. It's good to start with something like that. I saw maybe 3 or 4 shades last time I was downtown. I saw someone on the sidewalk in broad daylight. Really? That's bad. That's bad. I was just downtown today? No, yesterday. I was down there yesterday. Went to Powell's. Went to Powell's Books and had a little coffee there. Boy, I tell you, the coffee's gone up. You know, I think if you're just doing drip coffee, if it's just drip coffee, you can't charge like $4 for drip coffee. That is insane. Can't do it. Too much. Anyway, so I've done point. We got I, but it's in the wrong place. So let's go with reach. See, this way we're using 2 more vowels, and we're using 3 letters that are more commonly used. And we got, oh wow, nothing. Well, we got the H in the wrong place. Yikes. So that is not good. This is not good. We've got to solve this, and we don't have a whole lot to work with. Yeah, verbs would have been a good guess, but we've already used the E and the R, and they are not being used. So I know that you all are on quite a delay, and that makes this a little trickier. So I'm going to do one more. Let's see. I'm just going to say musky. Because now we've used the Y and the U. So we've used all of the vowels. And we've got, ooh, there we go. So here we are. We've got a U and an S, and it's in the correct spot. We've got an H and an I, not in the correct spot. So, so maybe it's H-U... yeah, I don't know. Yeah. So let's see if anyone hops in with this. I actually just got a secret text from someone who told me the answer. But looking at this here. Now, as a reminder, these can be repeats. Right? So there could be another S in here, perhaps. Right? Hint, hint. Well, is no one seeing it? No one's seeing it. Well, that's okay. That's okay. It, if I were to say, there we go, True Meeps and Natasha, both coming through at the exact same time. It's sushi. Boom. There we go. We got it. We got it in 4. 4, totally legitimate score. That was a good job, everyone. Good job. So yeah, we knocked out the Wordle there. So that's good. That's good. Hey, everybody knows who this guy is, right? We all know who this guy is. If you don't know who this guy is, just let me know. Just say, I don't know, Tom. But I'm assuming we all know the story of this guy, right? Sometimes you got to check. It's one of those things that you, if you know something, you have a hard time imagining what it's like to not know it. You know, that's kind of the curse of information, I think is what they call it. Yeah, That's right, Rev. It sure is slow from me to you. Yeah, it could be. There could be quite a delay. Could be quite a delay. That's for sure. But so far, I am happy that the stream, once we got it going, seems to be in excellent health. So that's a good thing. So good. So it sounds like you know. If anyone doesn't know this guy, just let me know in the comments, and I might try to explain it a little bit if I can. But yeah. So that's that. Anything else? Trying to think of anything. Oh, you know, so yesterday, I tried to stream and I ran into some issues, and it just didn't work. Why is Texas in the top line? Top line of what? I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. Anyway, bum. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so you know there was this Deadspin article about the kid that was in blackface, and again, in many ways, it's just kind of stupid. It's just dumb. But like here's an update. And this is, of course, you know, Deadspin reporter blasted by mom of young Kansas City Chiefs fan. He falsely shamed for wearing blackface. He's Native American. So there you go. Congratulations. But this Deadspin writer doesn't care. I mean, he's like tripling down. He's like, I don't care. You know. Just ridiculous here. But the framing it this way, where you post the picture, where you have just the side view of the kid and then say he's in blackface, when really he's just a kid all dressed up. And you may think, oh, this totally biased person on the left, they're the problem. They're the big problem. This totally biased person on the left. Guess what? There's totally biased people on the right that pull this kind of shenanigans as well. It does happen. Now, the thing is, the right doesn't have the press apparatus the way that the left does. So you can say, oh, Tom, you don't report on when the right does it as much. It's like, well, right, but the right doesn't have as much control of the press to put out these BS stories. But they do it as well. And I'll be looking out for those so that I can, you know, point those out as well. But the problem's not just... The problem is not the political persuasion of the person that's lying to you. The problem is the person lying to you. The problem is the person trying to divide you. That's the bad part. It's not because they're trying to do it for a particular reason. I'm not really that concerned with the reasons. It's more just on general principle. General principle, we want an honest press, and we don't have that. You think you hate journalists enough, but you don't. Yeah, exactly. You may think that you, yeah. I like that. I like that. Natasha says they should sue Deadspin, but whoever heard of Deadspin? Actually, so Deadspin is part of the conglomerate that was once Gawker. They spun Gawker off. And Deadspin was part of a number of, I guess, kind of, not blogs, but it's just, they're just kind of kind of crappy, snarky sites. You know, and when you look here, I mean, it's all with attitude. Hey, Jason Kidd, learn how to take a compliment. You know, the Vikings coach and GM are having a staring contest with the Sun. They're just kind of being jerks about everything. Like, that's their shtick. They're just bad people. They're just bad people. They're just rotten people. So Deadspin is one, but they've got the AV Club, which is kind of snarky nerds talking about entertainment. They've got then Deadspin. They've got Gizmodo, right, which are just you know, snarky ass clowns, you know, kind of making fun of technology stuff. You got Jalopnik, which is just kind of jerks in car culture, right? Then you got Jezebel, right? So this would be feminist jerks. Boom. Kotaku, right? So this is like streaming jerks writing here. Quartz is about business. But they're, you know, they got a real attitude, and they're not going to check sources. The Root is horrendous. The Root is nothing but just kind of like anti-white articles. You can go through this all day long, and it's just the most racist garbage. Just divisive racist stuff. It's a terrible publication. If you ever see anything from The Root, just do yourself a favor and ignore it. The Takeout, I don't even know what this is. Oh, it's about food. And then they got The Onion. Yay, and we like The Onion. Right? Well, The Onion used to be really funny. I don't think it's as funny anymore, but it's still pretty funny. And then The Inventory. And The Inventory is just about buying crap. So this is where they have all their affiliates to everything. Just go here and they will tell you literally everything is awesome. You totally need to get it, and you need to get it now. And click our affiliate links so that we can make some money when you buy this garbage. It's kind of a good business model. I should really switch. I mean, they've got these business models down. I should probably copy something that's successful, you know, as opposed to what I'm doing. But this is the whole, you know, I don't know, what do you call it? Just this whole media company that has all of these different pages, and they're all pretty bad. But Deadspin is with sports, and they're just awful. They're just awful. So anyway, we can move on from that. What is happening in the chat? Yeah, you think you hate journalists enough, but you don't. That's true. I've never heard of any of these sites, not missing anything. Oh, wait, I've heard of The Onion. It was quite a raunchy and tasteless. They are raunchy and tasteless. Sometimes they're really funny. You can be raunchy and tasteless and funny at the same time. I think they've kind of lost their humor with so many. When Trump came around, they just decided to be mean. Like, let's just say mean things about Trump. And that, you should say funny things that are mean about Trump. That would be better. But I think when you kind of get hyper-focused on political stuff, it just doesn't become as funny anymore. But I run into a lot of these sites posting things. They do make the rounds in certain social media circles because they're really good at clickbait. It's all good clickbait stuff. So they know how to put things out to get things shared on social media. And I wouldn't be surprised if they had bonuses, like, oh, if you get 100,000 impressions, you get this bonus or something, which is why the quote unquote journalists, write the garbage that they do, because they're just going for clicks. So that kind of stuff doesn't, I don't know, take it for what it is. Yeah. TDS, Trump Derangement Syndrome, really did ruin The Onion. It really used to be funny. Let's just see if there's anything funny on The Onion right now. Okay, let's just see if this is funny, shall we? Here we go. The top story they have here: conservative men explain how they're raising daughters. The only thing more terrifying than having a child is having a child that's not born a straight white male. Oh, isn't that true? The Onion asked conservative men how they are coping with the tragedy of having to raise a daughter. And this is what they said. Okay, well, let's check this out. I split my days pretty evenly between telling her how much I wanted a boy and berating her for acting too much like a boy. Oh, that's so true. So true. All my daughters know, if they toil hard, they can become one of my wives someday. Oh, see, they're implying some terrible, awful stuff. I've done my job. She will definitely be running away from home by age 15. Oh, that's so endearing. I just tell her to never have sex and always do what men want. Yeah, this is hilarious. Every month I am another ox to her dowry fund. Oh, I add another ox to her dowry fund. Ha ha ha. Man, this is biting. It's funny. I said that I wasn't really happy with the couple of jokes that I wrote about the news today, and I thought, they're bad. But if this is what passes for professional comedy, my stuff is gold. Oh, my goodness. Here we go. Miss Barber here says, I'm raising my daughter to have a strong, well-proportioned body with good bone density. She will have long, powerful haunches and not spook easily. Together, we will go to Churchill Downs and win the Kentucky Derby. You see, because he's comparing his daughter to a horse. Oh, my God, this is hilarious. I call those girls sons. I call them girl sons. Okay. This guy says, honestly, I let the internalized misogyny do most of the work. Get it? Because he's conservative. This guy says he's sending her mom $200 every few months unless she's being a bitch. Well, he's just speaking the truth. This guy says, wait, I have a daughter? Ha ha. Man, this is hilarious. Daughters? No, they get left at the hospital. I have sons. See, because conservative straight white men are just like the worst people on the planet. I'm teaching her that women are the property of their husbands, but they can still be strong like a Ford F-150. Man, this is hilarious stuff. You should raise daughters and sons the same way, with a healthy disrespect for women. Filming a series of life lessons that she can rewatch in our bunker after whites get replaced by the mongrel hordes. Oh my God. If they're ready to be married at 11, I'll have done my job. Okay. Is that it? And that was just randomly, that was the top story here on The Onion. That was not funny. That was not funny. Judah says, my wife did not come with a dowry. Oh man, I think you gotta go back to her. You gotta go back to her parents. Get that dowry. They're holding out on you. They're holding out on you, Judah. Also, no conservative dad thinks their daughters are horses. So yeah, I know. Conservative dads think their daughters are horses, but progressives have daughters who identify as horses. Yeah, it's like that sometimes. Yeah. Okay. They can't all be this bad. So let me just get one more here. I'll go down here to check this out. Okay, here we go. This is good. Biggest red flags on men's Tinder profiles. This should really be funny. I mean, this is the setup for something really funny. So, let's see how the Onion does here. Hopefully this is not, they're not doing conservative humor here, because that didn't seem to work. It says, when it comes to dating apps, women are far more likely to find a narcissist, a deadbeat, or an abuser than Mr. Right. The Onion examines the biggest red flags on men's Tinder profiles. Okay, you're incapable of falling for someone who is normal and loving. You are broken. I guess that's your attraction to them. Including the phrase Sieg Heil or I love Adolf Hitler. Yeah, that would probably be a red flag. That would probably be a red flag. Okay. I guess that's supposed to be funny. All right. Being single. Just imagine what must be wrong with him. That is true. Women do get a little suspicious, a little sus on any man that's single. Why is he single? Must be something wrong with him. It's much better to go for a guy that's with somebody already, because then they got to be pretty good. He's already with someone. They have a long list of things they don't want, and one is your name. If they aren't interested in casual flings, drama, or anything with your legal name, birth date, or physical appearance, it might not be the best match in the long run. I probably agree with that, although I'm not sure what the joke here is. He's younger than 103. Any man younger than a century and 3 years is simply not mature enough for a relationship. Probably. That's probably accurate. He's our boyfriend. Back the F off, you home-wrecking slut. He's ours. Yeah. All right. Another red flag. He's being eaten by a big fish. Not original at all. Well, I haven't looked at men's dating profiles, so I know there's the picture of the man holding the fish, but I guess he's acting like the fish is eating him? Never seen that. Kind of seems clever to me. Okay. Has a dead woman in one of his photos. Doesn't matter whether it's his younger sister or not. It's suspicious that he wanted to include it in his profile. Okay. Yeah, don't put dead people in your photos. That's no good. Swimming without inflatable floaties on. He clearly values neither safety nor style. Agreed. Didn't ask your father's permission to swipe right on you. Openly flouting tradition is probably only the tip of the iceberg. Yeah, okay. Refuses to disclose his 23andMe results. Some guys are just so cagey about their genetic racial makeup, we swear. Now, it's interesting that they say that. I think probably the red flag would be anyone that was posting their 23andMe results. That would be kind of weird. Go for me because I'm, this percentage, whatever. That's odd. Is Steve Carell. God, everyone on this dating apps are obsessed with The Office. That's maybe what I need to do. I need to pretend to like The Office. Maybe that would work for me. He isn't wearing a wedding ring. Never settle for a man not good enough for someone else to have already married. Okay. He doesn't even exist. Realizing you're not swiping on dating apps at all, but are instead locked in a mental institution, and your fragmented mind can no longer delineate reality from your hallucinations, is a huge red flag. I would say so. I would say so. Fails to sexually harass you or make you feel weird in any way. Some things are just too good to be true. Yeah. Indeed. They have a name. If a profile pops up that contains an identifier which the person refers to by themselves, you might want to swipe left. Yeah. Doesn't mention whether or not he ever received a whooping cough vaccine as a baby. Listing your complete vaccination history from birth to present is just common courtesy. I think that would be a swipe left. Like, no, please don't do that. Posing next to a fetus to make themselves look tall. Trying to prove you're 6 foot tall by standing next to an unborn baby is just plain sus. I was trying to think of the see, one way that you could do is you could go into a 7-Eleven, right, and take a picture by the door, because on the door they have the stickers, and I don't know if you know this, but they actually have the height on the inside of the door of convenience stores. And the reason they have that is they have the camera there, and then that way when you walk by, if you're a armed robber or something, then they will have your height. So I guess, maybe if you wanted to prove you were 6 foot tall, you could go to a 7-Eleven and take your picture there, casually, looking cool. Because nothing says success like a guy taking a selfie in a 7-Eleven. Studied business at Vanderbilt. Yikes, Vanderbilt doesn't even crack the top 10 undergraduate business programs. Yeah, that would be sus. All their profile pictures are cave paintings. Well, that would be a red flag. Threatens to disembowel you with his bare teeth and toss your body in the Chicago River. I don't know. I think that might work. It might work with a lot of girls that I've seen on the Portland dating sites. That'd probably be a green flag for them. Too many photos of fish holding men. We get it, holding up men that you've caught is your entire personality. Okay, we'll flip it there. His body is enveloped head to toe in a swarm of bees. Yeah, that might be a red flag. Might be a red flag. He's a horse. I don't know what their deal is with horses, but yeah. So that is it there. Man. Yeah, I don't know what happened to the Onion. That was not funny. The other story was not funny. They used to be funny. Babylon Bee is at least has some funny stuff. Now, I'm not saying everything they do is funny, but at least they're trying to be funny. But I don't know. Yeah, I think when you get too hung up on politics, you're just not as funny. That just seems to be the trend. That to me that seems to be the trend. Anyway, I bet the writers of The Onion come up with a lot of good ideas. They're too scared to share. Perhaps, but of course, what I suspect has happened. What I suspect happens, it's kind of like this way with like TV shows and whatnot. If you're a really good writer, right? You get hired for new sitcoms or whatever. You're cranking out jokes. They got a big staff. They're writing all these jokes. Well, after you do that, it's a hit show, right? It's elevated you up. You're making lots of money. Now you want to go on and do a different project. So, years later, in that show, all the good writers are gone. They've all left. They've all left for more money somewhere else. That's another reason why a lot of things are in decline, because they just don't have the same talent there. In my opinion, that is one thing that happens. And so perhaps all of the really funny writers on The Onion are the ones that advance. They go out, they write a book, they start new adventures, they start new programs, new things. And the people that aren't great, well, they stick around. So just eventually, the people there are just the people that aren't awesome. Because all the awesome people have gone on to do better things. And it happens with so many different businesses. Yeah, that's just how it is. Anyway, that's about all I have for you tonight. This was cool. I'm glad that it worked. I did figure out one more thing that I have to do to make sure that I can get the stream started properly. But so many of these things I can't actually do unless I'm doing them live. So it's like I have to try it live to see if it works or not. Because the last thing I want to do is get online and just have it send out all kinds of alerts, if I want to test this stuff. I know that can be annoying too. Seems like they're trying to divide daughters from fathers and women from men. In other words, trample on traditional relationships. Well, see, that's what's funny, Natasha. See? Traditional relationships. Oh, those are last century, Those are last century. Yeah. Comedy outlets have a lifespan. R.I.P. The Onion. Yeah, most things have a lifespan. But it is funny when you think about it, like even Saturday Night Live, right? I remember having this conversation when I'm like in middle school, saying to my friend Jimmy, oh man, Saturday Night Live was so much better 3 years ago than it is now, And we were having those conversations then. We were like, oh, it used to be so good. Now it's not nearly as good. I've looked at Saturday Night Live. I don't know. It's kind of always been hit or miss. They tend to be able to have, one or two funny sketches and some pretty mediocre stuff every week. And it's been that way my whole life. Yeah, so, yeah, that's it. Anyway, that's all I have for you today. I hope you all have a beautiful night. Sleep well. I'll be back tomorrow for my noon show on the West Coast, 3 on the East. And as far as I know, I'll be back tomorrow night for another Midnight Americano, unless I come up with something better to do. Anyway, hope you all have a good one. I'll see you next time. Peace.